The Tracts for the Times were a series of 90 theological publications, varying in length from a few pages to book length, produced by members of the English Oxford Movement, an Anglo-Catholic revival group, from 1833 to 1841. There were about a dozen authors, including Oxford Movement leaders John Keble, John Henry Newman and Edward Pusey, with Newman taking the initiative in the series, and making the largest contribution, with the wide distribution associated with the tract form, and a price in pennies. The Tracts succeeded in drawing attention to the views of the Oxford Movement on points of doctrine, but also to its overall approach, to the extent that Tractarian became a synonym for supporter of the movement. Publication. Many of the tracts were labeled, indicating their intended audience, ad clerum, ad populum, or ad scholas. The first 20 tracts appeared in 1833, with 30 more in 1834. After that the pace slowed, but the later contributions were more substantive on doctrinal matters. Initially these publications were anonymous, pseudonymous, or reprints from theologians of previous centuries. The authorship details of the tracts were recovered by later scholars of the Oxford Movement, with some tentative accounts of drafting. Through Francis Rivington, the tracts were published by the Rivingtons' house in London. Opposition. The tracts also provoked a secondary literature from opponents. Significant replies from the evangelicals, that is, Low Church Anglicans, were those of William Good in Tracts he historically refuted and Isaac Taylor. The term Tractarian, applied to followers of Keble, Pusey and Newman, was used by 1839 in sermons by Christopher Benson. The series was brought to an end by the intervention of Richard Bagot, Bishop of Oxford, not unsympathetic to the Tractarians, after the appearance of Newman's Tract 90, which suggested a heterodox reading of the 39 Articles of the Church of England, and caused controversy in the university. Table of the Tracts. Further publications. Two other ambitious projects of the Oxford Movement as a whole were conceived and launched in the same period. The Library of Anglo-Catholic Theology, that gave extensive republication to the works of the Caroline divines and others who were cited in the Tracts, and the Library of the Fathers. Isaac Williams, with William John Copeland, edited plain sermons by contributors to the Tracts for the Times, in 10 volumes, appearing from 1839 to 1848.